Afternoon, everyone. I'm Amy Shrader with RE/MAX Real Estate 10, and I am here today with Bobby Lassiter and Paul Barger from Farm Bureau, and we are going to be talking insurance with these guys today. So, say hi.
So, Bobby Lassiter.
Hey, I'm Paul Barger. I'm going to slide in here. Paul Barger. Good afternoon.
There we go.
All right. We're going to put it down here on them so that y'all can see them while they're talking here. All right. So, whichever of you wants to answer first, but how long have y'all been selling insurance?
Been in 16 years.
And I've been with Farm Bureau for 5 years.
Okay. And again, y'all just throw in there whoever wants to answer first. Why do you think that Farm Bureau is a good insurance option in this area?
Oh, wow. We have a lot of policies in force in this county. A lot of people have turned to us. Rates competitive. Rates are, we think, fair. Service. 7 agents, 2 offices in the town. One on the west end by the Merchant Screen Road, and our office located at Main Street. We service us really well, not just writing the policies or.
Yeah, a lot of relationships. The good thing about Farm Bureau in Hamilton County is people know the agents there. I mean, I've grown up in Morristown, and when I bought my first house, I walked into Farm Bureau and talked to George Cochran, who's now retired. George taught me in Sunday school, and I knew him all my life, and so it was just an easy transition to go see George, take my cars, my house, and now hopefully Bobby and I and the other guys at the office are that for people now. Hey, go see Bobby down at Farm Bureau. Go see Eric or Raphael or Paul. Yeah. So it's good to have those relationships.
Okay. All right. What factors go into determining somebody's insurance rate?
Location, claims history,
age,
things
like that on houses, brick or a frame house. Mm-hmm. A lot of times people, because it's based on statistics. A brick house is safer than a frame house. Yeah. But yeah, the
rates are going to be lower in the city than they are in the county. Fire protection, quicker, faster, better response. Things like that we'll take into consideration.
Okay. And y'all need to make sure you're speaking up so people can hear you here, okay? What do you think is the biggest mistake that people make when they're buying homeowners insurance?
I'd say going somewhere else.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Good answer. Good answer.
Going anywhere else, always right.
I'd say going anywhere else. Not making sure they have the right coverages, not making sure they have things like the jewelry coverage, the golf carts, the ATVs, the 4-wheelers, the campers, the boats, things like that they sort of take for granted or covered in their policies or not. Now it's our job also too to make sure that we ask those questions. But you don't want to be underinsured. You want to make sure you got your liability limits correct in the event something happens, lawsuit, etc. You want to you don't want to be overinsured either. You want to get what you pay for.
I think it's a great point. It's a lot of times people take just one quote and they say, well, this must be what I need. And right. I would encourage people to get multiple quotes. Even if if you had been in your house for 10 years and you want to call us or call another insurance company and take 10 minutes. It might save you a few $100s a year. Or you might see something there that, hey, I didn't realize this was or was not covered. But get multiple quotes, and then if you do know an insurance agent or if you want to come by and talk to Bobby, we'll lay them down and say, hey, we'll compare apples to apples or whatever fruit you like in your basket, grapes to grapes or whatever. We can, but just make sure that you're covered and you don't just take that first quote, but always have options on that.
Make sure you review it too. I mean, it's just not about writing policy, putting it in place and forgetting it. We try to review policies every 3 or 4 years. If we call you and say we'd like to come in and review your policy, it could be beneficial to you to
that's right.
Make sure you've got all the coverages you need.
And I'm sure people need to remember if they make purchases
Absolutely.
To call you. Like I was telling you before we got started that, I bought a she shed,
mm-hmm.
And that's something that I had to call and tell my insurance agent or even find out if it would be covered.
Make sure you have appropriate coverages on it. Pools. A lot of people make a mistake of thinking a pool, they put in an indoor pool. Do you have a fence around it with a lockable gate? There's so many factors that go into your coverages.
Right.
And it's all fine, but when it comes time to, and that's another thing I would like to speak about, is our claims department.
Mm-hmm.
We have a really good claims department, local reps, and just want to make sure that when you write the policy that and everything is fun while we're doing it, but on the back end when you have a claim, we want you to understand the coverages, what
Right.
you do have, what you don't have, and that's part of the review process too.
Okay. Was there anything else about the insurance realm that y'all want to discuss that you think people need to know?
I think a big thing with auto insurance, especially, a lot of times people think,
Mm-hmm.
hey, if I sell my car and I don't have a car, I'm going to cancel my insurance.
Right.
And then when they come to get insurance again in 2 or 3 months, now they've had a gap in coverage. And in the state of Tennessee, if you've not had current or consecutive insurance over the last 3 years, you get penalized for that.
Okay, that's good.
And a lot of people don't realize that. Think, well, I haven't had a car.
Right.
But especially in rural Tennessee, there's no mass transit. You're probably going to drive, either it's once a week to the grocery store. You may, hey, I'm driving my brother's car. I'm driving my best friend's car. You still need insurance, because when you get insurance again and when you get another car, you're going to be penalized for that. And so that's one of the biggest things I see, that people don't realize, hey, I need to have insurance either way.
Okay.
Well, one of the other things too that people miss a lot of is husband and wife both working, two income families. If something happens, one person is suddenly not in the picture. Do you have your mortgage protection? Do you have your life insurance? It's not just about home and auto and commercial. You've got your building covered. You've got your property covered. What happens if somebody doesn't come home?
Right.
And, we know a lot of people don't like to think about that, but that's our job as well, to make sure that you've got your home, your auto, your life, not just to get the discounts, but for the reasons you need it for.
Right. Mm-hmm. And insurance is there. You pay it and hope you never need it, but when it's there,
it's a necessary evil.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, tell us a little bit about you all personally. How long have you been in the area? Whatever.
Morristown's been home to me. I went to Morristown West, graduated 95, went to Carson, played baseball, so stayed close. And then I worked for the city of Sevierville and the city of Morristown for 13 years before I came back to insurance. But the Lakeway area, Morristown's always been home to me, and hopefully it always will be. This is, got to travel a handful of places, but it's always good to come back home.
Yeah,
and I get to enjoy working with people I've grown up with, people I've gone to school with, my parents' friends, whoever it may be.
Right.
And it's an easy transition, because they say, hey, I live out on this street. I live over here. Well, I've grown up driving these roads all my life. And so I enjoy getting to help people in Hamlin County, and that's what I'm here for.
All right.
And you pretty much know the neighbors when you.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Somebody else bought that home that we had insured several years ago, or et cetera. I've lived here now 24 years, have a son that's 28, 31, and then one that's 14. Yes, we kid. He was our late life blessing. My wife and I have been married 34 years in February, and again, worked with Farm Bureau for 16 years now. And what's pretty good about it is, being here so long, I'm starting to insure some of the 22-year-old, 24-year-old, 23-year-olds getting married, or the 16-year-old buying their first car, letting them come in and being able to help and serve them. As Paul talked about, the local community, the area. So I almost feel like, this is home now after being here 24 years. So.
Well, we'll claim you after you've been here that long.
Well, I appreciate that.
We'll let you call yourself a native.
I always say transplant or something.
All right. Well, that is Paul and Bobby from Farm Bureau. If you have questions about your insurance, feel free to give them a call. I'm sure they would love to sit down and talk with you and make sure that you do have the best policy in place. I'm Amy Shrader with RE/MAX Real Estate 10, and we will be back with you next Wednesday at noon. Thank you.